So I'm thinking about the universe. It's so vast and mysterious, and it's hard to wrap your head around the idea that we're just a tiny speck in it.
That's true. It's humbling to think about how small we are in the grand scheme of things, but it's also exciting to think about all the possibilities that exist out there.
Those are all great ideas. I'm also thinking about dessert. It seems like it can be tricky to find vegan desserts that are both delicious and satisfying.
It's true that vegan desserts can be a challenge, but there are so many amazing options out there now. You can find vegan versions of classic desserts like cheesecake, pie, and cookies, and there are also lots of creative and unique vegan desserts that are sure to impress.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm definitely going to have to do some research and find some delicious vegan dessert recipes. I want to make sure everyone has a memorable Thanksgiving meal.
I'm sure you will. And remember, the most important thing is to have fun and enjoy the company of your loved ones. Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm also thinking about Thanksgiving. It's a time for family and friends to come together and celebrate all the good things in life. But it can also be a lot of work, especially if you're trying to cater to everyone's dietary needs.
I know what you mean. I've been writing about food for years, and I've learned that Thanksgiving can be a real challenge when it comes to feeding a crowd with different dietary restrictions. But it's also a great opportunity to get creative and come up with delicious dishes that everyone can enjoy.
I'm particularly interested in the idea of making sure everyone has a satisfying meal, even if they're vegetarian or vegan. It seems like there's a lot of pressure to make sure everyone feels included and appreciated.
Absolutely. It's important to make sure everyone feels welcome and that their dietary needs are met. I think it's a great idea to have a variety of options available so that everyone can find something they love.
I'm curious, what are some of your favorite tips for making a Thanksgiving meal that caters to both meat eaters and vegetarians, vegans?
Well, one of my favorite strategies is to make a base dish that can be easily adapted. For example, I always make a vegetarian stuffing, and then I separate out a portion for the vegetarians and drizzle some turkey pan juices over the rest. That way, everyone gets to enjoy the stuffing, but the vegetarians have a meat-free option.
That's a great idea. I can see how that would work well. What about other dishes? Do you have any other tips for making sure everyone has a delicious and satisfying meal?
Another tip is to make sure you have plenty of hearty side dishes that can stand on their own. Roasted vegetables are always a good choice, and you can make them even more satisfying by adding things like quinoa, farro, or lentils. You can also make a vegan soup or salad that's packed with flavor and nutrients.